Petition number 3 gets 54 minutes. Petitioner in petition number 4 gets 54 minutes. Petitioner in petition number 5 will get 2 hours and 6 minutes. The first and second respondents will share 2 hours, 6 minutes. If they feel like using the time separately, that gives them 1 hour, 3 minutes each. If they combine, they have 2 hours, 6 minutes. The third respondent has 54 minutes. The fourth respondent has 54 minutes. And the Attorney General has 30 minutes. How you manage your allocated time is up to you. You will determine whether the time is to be used in submissions or you're going to produce your witnesses at that time.
The petitioner, particularly petitioner 4, will have 54 minutes. Petitioner 5 would have 2 hours and 6 minutes. And I'll have to defend that case within 54 minutes. My lords, if you could perhaps relook at it, because even if I were to say only one word in respect to each allegation, it will be impossible to do so.
15 hours are divided equally between the petitioners and the respondents. Perhaps you can consult with the other respondents, and maybe those who don't take up so much time can donate some time to you. But otherwise, we don't know where we will get the time from.
We could deduct from the fifth, Mr. Oraro's 2 hours, 6 minutes.
Mr. Ngatia, first and second respondents, who are the Electoral Commission and the returning officer, cannot be given 1 hour or 50% of the petitioner when there are two distinct parties with distinct set of advocates. We need clarification on that, because as we have been saying the whole of today, there must be fairness, even in time allocation. If you give a party 2 hours and you give the other party who is answering that same question raised by that party 1 hour, I think you are sending a signal which is not good for the hearing of this case. Let us be fair to the parties. I will suggest like this. If it is, I think we have 14 hours, 15 hours, let us divide it equally between the parties. You can't give certain parties preferential time. It's not just fair, because everybody will see that it is not fair to my client when I'm given half of Oraro's client. There must be a formula, and you must share with us so that we buy that formula.
But this was the formula. We have 15 hours. We have divided the 15 hours in half. Half for the petitioners and half for the respondents. So that when you're looking at your time is coming in the half given to the respondents. Then within the respondents, we have divided time, so that the first and second respondents have 2 hours, 6 minutes together. If they want to argue separately, they have 1 hour, 3 minutes each. That's because in our assessment, their pleadings are closely related. Then we have the third respondent who has 54 minutes, and the fourth respondent who has 54 minutes. When it comes to the petition, we've also divided the 7.5 hours. And the petition number 3 gets 54 minutes. The petitioner in petition number 4 gets 54 minutes. And the petitioner in petition number 5, who we think raises more issues, gets 2 hours, 6 minutes. So that's the formula we have come up with, but we are open to suggestions. Perhaps as you're drinking your wine this evening and discussing issues, you can redo and represent a formula to us tomorrow. The only thing we cannot do is that we cannot change the entire time, which is 15 hours.
Just to assure Mr. Ben Nasir that the court is not sending any signal whatsoever. It was just a time proposal, because we have 15 hours. Yeah.
So, to the contrary, I think the signal was being sent to us, because as far as we are concerned, there's no equality of arms here. We are one petitioner against all these respondents. So there must be equal time between the petitioner and the respondent, and the formula used has given almost double time of what has been given to the respondents. In fact, without opportunity for the petitioner to now reply to whatever the respondents state. So I would suggest that any formula which is adopted must have equality of arms. And the equality of arms is each party before a court is entitled to equal time. No party can be given more time merely because they have multiplicity of numbers. If in the event, the position is that the second respondent is only joined because he's a returning officer, and therefore an agent of the first respondent. The third respondent and the fourth respondent are only joined because they have an interest on the issue. There are no allegations against them. Yet, when you take the total time given to them against the time given to the petitioner is left with almost a quarter of the time, and really doesn't suggest fairness.
We have heard you have other formulas, so let's conclude it tomorrow. If it's dividing equally and you agree that is the case, that's fine with us.